Okay, so to sew on a sew through button, you'll take your button and position it on the right side of the fabric, and you'll take your hand needle, and it needs to have a double strand of matching thread with a knot on the end. We've tied it in a knot so there's 2 threads to make it extra sturdy for buttons. So matching strand of double thread. We'll start with a thread going through the wrong side of the fabric and then have it come up right through one of the buttons, one of the holes in your button. At this point, you want to take a toothpick or a heavy pin and lay it across the holes of the button. So I'll place a pin. I'll hold my pin in place, and I'll stick my thread through the opposite hole, push through to the wrong side of the fabric, and now my thread will hold my pin in place. Now I come back up to the wrong side of the fabric again and go through a hole that I haven't been through before. I'll go through the opposite hole. You're creating an X over your pin. You'll switch sides, do another side that you've been through the first time. Create that X. You'll do a couple different X's, probably about 3 different X's over the top of your pin. Once you've made about 3 X's over your pin, you'll take out your pin, bring your needle back up from the wrong side to the right side, and come in between the fabric and the buttons. My needle is in between my button and my fabric. Pull it straight through. My fabric is under my button but out on the right side. I'll take my thread and wrap it a couple of times around the underside of the button. This creates our thread shank. So we're creating a shank for our sew through button. You wrap it 4 or 5 times around the button and take your button, go back to the right side, all the way through the wrong side, and at this point it's time to secure our button with a knot. So I'll pull through tightly, grab the underside of my stitches, and as I pull through there's a loop forming, and I'll go through that loop and it creates a knot. And you'll do this 2 or 3 times until your stitches are secure. Once they're secure, you may clip off your loose thread. Flip to the right side. Now you've created a sew through button, the shank, or your thread shank.